Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my usual video predictions for this week after just seeing the finale for Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 10, The Winds of Winter. Except for this week, of course, because there is no Episode 11. That's the finale. We're going to be giving our predictions, going to be giving my thoughts on what I think is going to happen next season, Season 7. Alright, and spoiler warning, if you haven't seen the finale for Season 6 yet, I will also post a link in the description to my review for it. It's an in-depth review. It's over 20 minutes long. I also did a reaction in the channel after I first saw the episode. Just such a wildfire, mind-blowing episode was the finale. Really sets up, I mean, I don't want to say Season 6 is the best season ever of Game of Thrones because in the middle there it was pretty slow. But after the last two episodes, maybe you could say Season 6 is the best. Just because of those two, because I do think they're the two best episodes of any series I've ever seen. And which one you prefer is more, what do you prefer, the backstabbing and kind of the stuff at King's Landing, or do you prefer to see the battle sequences like in Battle of the Bastards? Either way, Game of Thrones Season 6 ended on just an absolutely incredible height, one of which I've never seen a series ever attain before. It's just on another level. Like I've said in my review and my reaction video, it's the best, man. It's the best there is. So Wolverine's that shit. So with regards to Season 7, what do I see happening next? What do I think? So I should say right off the bat too, right now, that we have no confirmed anything at this point with regards to Season 7. It seems that it was released online that Season 7 and Seasons 8 were going to be shorter seasons. It's not 100% confirmed because, of course, I don't think production and filming or anything like that has actually started on Season 7 yet. Although I know, filming Game of Thrones is a huge undertaking. But it seems like, from what I have read on many websites, quoted from Dan and Dan, that it looks like they're going to do 13 episodes after the Season 6 finale. So that would be 13, most likely. Usually what happens in shows is if you're going to get a number like that, that means that the prior season, so the final season will usually have the least amount and the prior season will have more. So usually you would go, like for example with this one, if there's 13 left, most likely Season 7 would get 7 episodes and Season 8 would get your 6 to make your 13. We'll see if that actually goes down. I hope HBO can find a way to pace it out more, but based on what happened in the finale, it doesn't look like it. It looks like they're getting ready. We're seeing the last few story arcs of Game of Thrones. We're seeing the last the start of the final kind of battle, it seems like, or a few battles in the series, and it looks like 13 episodes left and the series will be over. So hopefully that's wrong. Hopefully that's not true, and we'll see what happens going forward and what we hear. Once I hear, I'll let you guys know in the channel. I'll do a video on it, and if you're subscribed at the bottom left, you'll be able to go ahead and see those videos in your subscriber feed. So 13 episodes, 7 episodes for Season 7. So very excited for them. Wish I could just press fast forward on life for 1 year so I can see what happens next. That's how excited I am to see how Game of Thrones is going to end. Season 7 in 7 episodes. So what do we think we're going to see? Of course, we know Daenerys. The big thing, a lot of big things happening right now, but Daenerys heading to Westeros. So I'm thinking, the episode there will be maybe her not quite there yet, on her way there in the premiere, and we'll probably get to see them on their voyage, so to speak. We've had a lot of characters, I call it teleporting around, where Olenna's here, and the next thing you know, she's in Dorne, and Jaime's there. Next thing you know, he's Walder Frey. Next thing you know, in the same episode, he's back at King's Landing. They have certainly pressed the fast forward with regards to pacing in the show. Back in, the earlier seasons, you would have Tyrion on the road for a while, and, sometimes they jump, but a lot of times you just see people walking, and it was just quite a bit different in terms of pacing than it is now, and they're really going through some things very quickly, including a lot of really huge epic things in just a short few episodes, like the last two, for example. So Daenerys getting there. I'm thinking in the premiere mostly will be her, on her way sailing there. I don't think maybe we'll see her just kind of arrive in the premiere for season 7. But we don't have that many more point of view characters to follow, right? Like we don't have all that many. Cersei saw to that we don't have. We usually have all these different characters that we can have different sequences with, especially at King's Landing to fill out some of the episodes, to fill out some of the time. But now there aren't that many. I mean, you have basically 3. And then you have, well, I guess you could say Bran is, out there too, and you have the White Walkers. But generally, you have Daenerys, you have, Jon, King of the North, and Sansa and everybody, and you have, King's Landing. We also have the Hound in there somewhere, so we'll see if he joins Jon and the others. That would be cool to see. I imagine he probably will in the first couple episodes. We have Lady Olenna with that, and Dorne as well too, which. I imagine they'll use that to take a stab at Cersei. I don't think she'll be the one to kill Cersei. For some reason, I got a feeling. Like, again, there's nothing to go by. We have no descriptions. We have nothing. But just to kind of feel it out, I don't think that she's going to get her revenge on Cersei, unfortunately. I don't think so. I think that Cersei is going to be kind of the big bad villain, so to speak, that will face off against Daenerys, I think, when Daenerys goes to take King's Landing. I feel like Cersei will be the villain there waiting to stop her. Like the Lannisters have been set up from back in the beginning of the series, like I said in my review, that circular, coming back to the start, so to speak, with Jon and Winterfell and everything kind of resetting. The Lannisters have, King's Landing again from the Faith. They've taken it back, so to speak, in a blaze of glory. I feel like Daenerys eventually, of course, will kill Cersei, but I think she's going to be the one to do it. We'll see her kill off Cersei. Maybe, what are we thinking? End of season 6, and then maybe season 7 will be the shorter season, which is the final kind of battle with the White Walkers that's been set up for so long. I think that makes some sense, something like that. We'll have to see if Jon and the others, they kind of, seems like they'll probably stay there, and it seems like that's what they want to do after the season 6 finale and prepare for the battle with the White Walkers eventually. And Daenerys kind of going. I don't think she would want to go north. I think she'd want to go kind of more towards Casterly Rock, King's Landing, the south, so to speak. Of course you have Arya in there too, so she's probably going to want to cross off some more names on her list. So we'll see who she goes after next, after she got the Freys, because they were near the top of the list. But Cersei's on her list too, right? So that could be fitting, and that could be something cool to see if she's that good of an assassin that she'd be able to get Cersei. But I tend to think it's probably going to be Daenerys. That's just my thoughts. So we've got that. Let's see what else. So we do have Arya. She's out there. We have Olenna. We have Dorne. We have Jon and the others near, of course, the north. So it seems like them are probably going to stay there. Are we seeing the beginning of some kind of Baelish, against them type of deal? Doesn't seem so, but it seems like he's kind of sad. And again, we don't really know what Baelish is going to do next. Will he return to the Vale? Will he stay? Will he be kind of loyal to them, or will he leave? I tend to think Baelish will probably leave. I don't think he's going to stay there. He likes Sansa, but that doesn't seem like that's working out, even though it's part of his vision. I don't think Sansa will ever accept him or want to be with him, so that's going to be a little tricky for him, and unless he's able to become king. So I think he's probably going to leave, and we can see some really interesting stuff happen with Daenerys as she, for the first time, enters Westeros and looks to take over. So aside from that, what other characters we have? We have Sam. He's going to be doing his thing for a while. That could be, something they could use quite a bit to fill out some time in the next couple seasons. But I tend to think that for him, the whole rest of the storyline has gone so fast that him kind of learning, and when he left Jon, the situation was totally different, like part of the Night's Watch and everything, Lord Commander, and ordered him to leave. So he, at this time, has no idea from what we've seen of what's happened there. And, he's going to be training and learning and doing all that stuff. So I tend to think he'll probably just get back by the time, the series is about to end, and maybe the final sequence will be him and Jon will be meeting again. It'll be part of one of the final sequences of the finale of Game of Thrones. So let's see. Aside from that, should be some good scenes with Cersei and Jaime discussing what happened, what the hell happened. There's obviously going to be that. I'm guessing the premiere will probably mostly be the repercussions of what happened there with Cersei, what she felt like she had to do. Maybe some good arguing scenes scenes, some emotional scenes, because of course that was their last child, that was their last son. Jamie, of course, had no say in the matter. He was ordered to leave, and he had no choice. He had to. So, should be some good stuff. So, setting up, I think, for our big bad villain is pretty much Cersei. When she gets crowned, it kind of seems like to me, evil queen. I got a kind of a maybe a fairy tale Disney evil queen type of feel when she got the crown. I was like, oh my God, this is so crazy, so nuts. So, yeah, it should be some good stuff seeing Daenerys try to take Westeros this season coming up in season 7. And then I'm thinking, yeah, the final season, season 8, the White Walkers battle finally starting and commencing. We'll see if Daenerys ends up joining forces with Jon at some point and how that goes. Now that we know that Jon is Targaryen, will the two of them be friends? Will they be together? Weird, but what will kind of happen? Targaryens are weird like that, right? So that'll be interesting to see, and who will be kind of the greater king or queen. It seems to me like maybe they separate. Maybe they have a king in the north, and Jon would stay there as king in the north, and then Daenerys would be queen in the south. So, and of course, there's also Euron. He's out there too, so it should be interesting. Maybe we could get some cool scenes with him. I don't know if his ships will be ready yet. Right now, it seems like probably not, but maybe. So they could use him next season against Theon and Yara and Daenerys and everybody else. So it should be an incredible season, man. That's about all I can say for predictions. That's how I see everything working out right now. But you guys know, this is Game of Thrones. It is insanely difficult to predict what you think is going to happen next. But the layout, I think, makes sense that you would have the White Walkers as the kind of final, villain, so to speak, with the Night's King as the final. In the north and in the south, you'd have Daenerys and Cersei battling it out as like the queen, the most evil, vile character in the series from the start until now, finally now coming into her own, so to speak, fully, and Daenerys being our hero, and then we'll see how those two, Jon and Daenerys, will end up getting together or not, or just kind of getting along. I don't envision them being at war with each other. I think that'd be really weird, and fans wouldn't know who to root for. So should be an incredible season, man. I mean, my hopes are high. I'm a little sad that the series is coming to an end, but certainly the replay value on Game of Thrones is in its own league. I mean, you can watch it again and get so much out of each season, get so much out of it. And even I'm excited to see the first season. I'm going to watch the first season again this summer because it's like so many things that happened at the end of season 6 kind of related right back to the beginning. So it should be incredible. And also, of course, what will Bran do now? Through Red Raven type deal, will he try to get south? It seems like to me he probably will, especially now that he's got the news and he knows that Jon is Targaryen. He's going to want to tell him, I would think, and tell everybody else that that's actually what happened, that he's not actually Stark, or his name should not be Stark. He's half. Of course, but his mother, not father. So awesome stuff, man. So I can't wait. Of course, the Q&A videos for this week will be coming up, so send me whatever questions you guys have. I mean, there's just so much to talk about. Like half of the cast was killed off in the finale, so it's insane. So there's so much to talk about it. So Fire and Blood, I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see Daenerys give Cersei what for. And if you guys like this video, please don't forget, always guys, please thumb it up below. Check out the review if you missed it. You can also share if you got a Facebook you want to share through for me. I appreciate that too. Favoriting also helps out the channel as well too, helps the health of the channel. And of course you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for my predictions video, guys. It should be another incredible season. Sucks we got to wait this long, but man, season 6 was just something else. It was something special for sure. That's it for this predictions video. I'll see you guys again soon for the Q&As. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.
You better subscribe.